你命大啊，兄弟啊，这个危险啊，没信号都没信号啊！啊，唔係好報噶，唔到。
Do you have any signal? Nope. We don't either. You okay in there? You're lucky to be alive, brother. Tell them behind. Don't come up. Turn back. Hang tight. Rescue's coming. The voice trembles behind a shaking camera. Wind howls across a jagged gap where a highway used to be. Below, a deep ravine has swallowed twisted debris. And just meters away, a semi-truck cab dangles in midair, its front wheels spinning over the void, the driver still trapped inside. This isn't a movie set. This was the terrifying reality at 7:40 a.m. on Tuesday, June 24, 2025. On a foggy morning in Guizhou province, a section of the Houzihe Bridge on the G76 Xiamen-Chengdu Expressway simply ceased to exist. Just a few hours earlier, at 5:51 a.m., inspectors on patrol had noticed something unusual on a nearby stretch of this segment, Houzihe Bridge. The bridge's approach span was visibly deformed. They acted fast, closing the northbound lane. By 7:11 a.m., both directions were under full lockdown. But it wasn't fast enough. At 7:40 a.m., a catastrophe unfolded just down the road. The Houzihe Grand Bridge gave way. The elevated viaduct snapped like a brittle bone, severing the highway. Torrential rains and a suspected landslide are believed to have torn through the structure, sending at least 2 cars plunging into the gorge below. Drone footage would later confirm a small mercy. 3 construction vehicles crushed in the ravine were unoccupied. As emergency crews rushed to the scene, navigating downed power lines, and a communications blackout, social media lit up with harrowing first-hand accounts. By mid-morning, the Qiandongnan Traffic Police issued an urgent advisory. The expressway at kilometer 1263 was closed. Traffic from Guangxi toward Guiyang was diverted at the Huangmeng interchange kilometer 1221. Firefighters worked against gravity, successfully hauling the semi-truck driver to safety just in time. He survived. But officials from the Sandu County Emergency Management Bureau confirmed the grim situation. Telecom and power lines were severed, and all signs pointed to a catastrophic geological failure. The public was urged to wait for official updates. For many, the shock of this event is mixed with a terrifying sense of déjà vu. The image of a highway snapped in two raises a question being asked across China. How could this happen? Again. Because it has happened before, and not just once. On June 9, 2025, just weeks earlier, a section of the G76 Expressway in Shanxi province crumbled, forcing freight traffic onto congested national highways. The cause is still under investigation. Or the tragedy in August 2023, when torrential rains caused a massive sinkhole that swallowed vehicles on an expressway in Heilongjiang province. But the most haunting parallel occurred less than a year prior. In the early hours of May 1, 2024, a newly built segment of the Meilong Expressway in Guangdong province gave way. At 1:57 a.m., 23 vehicles plunged into the abyss. 52 people lost their lives. 30 more were injured. The aftermath sparked intense scrutiny of China's infrastructure. The official explanation pointed to nature. On May 4th, Guangdong's provincial authorities cited unprecedented sustained heavy rainfall and extreme weather that saturated the soil, triggering a natural landslide. They ordered immediate blanket inspections of all geological risk zones. But on social media, the public pushed back, asking a familiar cynical question. Was this another Tofu-Dreg construction job? A viral Weibo post captured the public's distrust. The highway was reportedly closed earlier due to warnings. Why was it reopened? A victim's family member called staff after a distress call, only to be told, "We haven't been notified." If not for a kind stranger blocking the road with his own car, far more would have fallen. Experts began to echo these concerns. The paper news outlet revealed the collapsed section had passed a landslide risk inspection just weeks earlier. Road engineering experts noted the collapse occurred on the very slope meant to stabilize the road. They argued a failure of that magnitude likely showed warning signs. Professor Tang Renwu of Beijing Normal University put it bluntly to Lian Hizao Bao. The direct cause was heavy rain, but heavy rain occurs annually, Designers in Guangdong absolutely should have accounted for this. If we pin all blame on natural disasters and ignore construction issues, the public will never be convinced. He urged an independent third-party investigation into the project's bidding construction standards, inspection procedures, and potential corruption. Over 8 months later, on January 22, 2025, the official investigation report was published. It revealed that weeks of rain had saturated the embankment. At the collapse site, an inverted triangle gully slope groundwater built up, weakening the base until the retaining structures failed. The slope slid, triggering a catastrophic collapse of the road above. From Sandu to Guizhou, a chilling pattern emerges. China's expressways, often built through challenging terrain, are facing a critical test from extreme weather and hidden geotechnical flaws. The disasters share haunting similarities: heavy sustained rainfall, construction on or near landslide-prone slopes, weakened embankments and retaining walls, and tragically, no effective warning before the road beneath disappears. To be clear, the official explanations, unprecedented rainfall and complex geological conditions, are not entirely without merit. China's geography is notoriously rugged, and like many parts of the world, it is facing more extreme weather events. But accepting these challenges as facts is not the same as accepting them as excuses. The fundamental purpose of government and the promise of modern engineering is precisely to anticipate and build resilience against such known risks. A highway is not built for calm weather, it is built to withstand the inevitable storm. The state's responsibility does not end with cutting the ribbon on a new expressway. It extends to 3 critical duties: to design infrastructure that accounts for future climate stress, not just past averages; to ensure construction is free from the corruption and corner cutting that leads to Tofu-Dreg projects; to implement rigorous long-term monitoring systems that can provide warnings before a catastrophe unfolds. When highways repeatedly fail under predictable seasonal conditions, it signals a systemic breakdown in this chain of responsibility. The recurring theme is not the rain, it is an apparent failure in design execution or oversight. Therefore, the public is not looking for a geological report after the fact. They are demanding proactive solutions. They need a government that moves beyond explaining disasters and starts preventing them. This requires transparent investigations, holding officials accountable for lapses, and investing in infrastructure and warning systems that truly protect lives. Ultimately, this is a crisis of trust. For the families of the 52 killed in Guizhou, and for every citizen traveling China's vast highway network, the question is simple: has the state fulfilled its most basic duty to keep them safe? Until the government can answer with action, not just words, the ground beneath them will feel a little less certain.